Alright everyone, an extra video of the day here. It appears that Barack Obama has told Joe Biden in slightly uncertain terms it's probably a good idea to reconsider whether he should be running. If you've lost Barack Obama, especially after having been his VP and his bestie, and you had the little bracelets with the pizza slices on them, that was a little obtuse. He's toast. He's completely out. At this point, Joe Biden has lost in one of two ways. He's stubborn, he stays in, he doesn't have really the backing of his party, and they throw him under the bus, or he fucking drops out. This leaves you with an interesting scenario. The problem is that the heir apparent is Kamala Harris. The other problem, and for which the legacy media is even now polling, is that Kamala Harris does even more poorly than Joe Biden against Donald Trump. We've also got several other logistic issues that we can get to. I don't think that Kamala could possibly win. And if the video from the other day is any indicator with Joe Biden getting off of Air Force One, he's shambling, he's dragging his fucking feet, he looks completely out of it, he's not even sure where he fucking is at this point. He couldn't even remember, I think the other day, or a couple days ago, the name of his own Secretary of Defense. That's a problem. He's quite clearly demented. As I said earlier, he's got the off-ramp that clearly has been set up to allow him to go about to pasture. He can ride off into the sunset like the cowboy he is, and the great president, the great leader, and end all this other hyperbolic bullshit. The problem being that if Obama is coming out and throwing you under the bus, he's not telling him to drop out. He simply insinuated it was a good time to reconsider the viability of his candidacy. So he's softballing him because, you know, they're besties and shit like that. You may not be able to take that off-ramp at all, actually, come to think of it. I know that they want to use it. That's the whole goal of his diagnosis the other day. It's quite clear that that's the case. And they might still be successful in deploying that. I don't know how much the public will go for it. They'll probably still try it. But I don't know if they'll even bother. You might just have to have Joe bow down before the convention. The alternative is Kamala psychopath fucking Harris. The Democrats cannot win with her topping the ticket. Who, by the way, is going to be the running mate? Is she going to choose Gavin Newsom? Gretchen Whitmer out of nowhere? Who the hell is going to want to run with her? A psychopath that probably has a 1 in 1,000 chance of winning. It would be inexplicable. At the very least, if she did, the first female president of the United States would have actually been elected instead of selected. But I don't think that that's likely to happen after what happened in the last few days. We have had probably the most crazy couple of weeks in U.S. politics of living memory. I mean, this is like, you know, Booth assassinating Abe Lincoln sort of levels of chaos that we're currently looking at. We've got no idea what happened with the Secret Service. Yeah, the RNC. You have the Secret Service chief is there. The head of the Secret Service, she's getting fucking chased around and told to resign. You've got an assassination attempt on a former president of the United States. You've got the most disastrous debate performance arguably in U.S. history, at the very least since Theodore Roosevelt made Taft cry on stage. So, you know, it's been about 120 years or thereabouts. This is nuts. I mean, chaos is complete at this point. I'm a political analyst for a living, and have been since the late 2000s. I don't know what the fuck is going on, honestly. It's a little bit out of hand at this point. It's like, maybe people should calm down just a little bit. I realize that the energy can be delicious. Trust me, as an occultist, I tend to reap a little bit of that myself. But now you've got Barack Obama wading into the fray, in the wake of Nancy Pelosi less than 24 hours prior. Possibly Schumer. I mean, he's not really defending Biden, but his office declined to comment on whether he had privately confided in people and then told Joe Biden, hey, you know, you should probably not do this. It's probably not a good idea. The man's a goddamn ghoul. We tried to warn of this. The Democrats should have listened to political commentators that often disagree with the Democratic Party, that it was a bad idea to nominate Joe in the first place in 2020. You could have gone with Buttigieg. If you're going to rig the election anyway, does it really fucking matter? He's part of the administration, so he's clearly a unipartyist. Why did you have to go with the octogenarian? What was the goddamn point? Doesn't make any sense. Kamala Harris in a debate with Donald Trump would be absolutely fucking crushed. She wouldn't stand a chance. She'd do worse than Joe Biden did. What are you people even fucking thinking at this point? Joe Biden is clearly not well. He's a shambling zombie. And in fact, when I was watching that video, I actually thought, did he have a stroke in the last 48 hours? Because it looked like his mouth on one side was a little bit more uneven than usual. It looked like he might have had an ischemic attack or something like that. The man is not reasonably capable of carrying through the office. Nonetheless, for inexplicable reasons, the Democratic Party has painted itself into a corner so obliviously that your best option is sticking with the goddamn dementia patient. Oddly enough, he has a better chance than the alternative, which is Kamala Harris. If you want to cycle her out too, you bribe her or something like that, and she comes out and she tells the crowd, look, I was elected as VP, I'm not interested in the presidency, somebody else has to take the reins. Okay, maybe you can, it passes the sniff test for partisan Democrats, and partisan Democrats only. Everyone else is going to be pissed. They already voted for Joe in the primaries. Now, there's still a chance that he stubbornly clings to it and that he doesn't listen to party leadership and says, I'm convinced that my internal polling is correct and every other aggregated poll in the world is wrong. So I'm still running. Well, he'll lose. I can't see any alternative other than Trump being reelected at this point. Still get out and vote. Still go out and harvest some ballots, knock on doors, monitor the ballot drop-off boxes and everything else. Be very cautious because they are going to try to 2020 it again. But, the effort required them in what was admittedly a close election is several orders of magnitude less than the effort that they'd have to put in this time. I don't know that they can do it. We're talking Trump riding up towards 5 points ahead in the general, when the last time around, when he lost by a few tens of thousands of votes, or hundreds of thousands of votes, or whatever it was, he was behind by 7. Those two numbers are not the same. Not even close. Now, the memes make themselves. You've got memes about Trump's assassination. You've got memes about Sleepy Joe. Well, it's not Sleepy Joe at this point. It's not even Creepy Joe. It's more like Walking Dead Joe. It's more like, how is this man even fucking still alive, Joe? Like, as in, you're shambling around, dragging your feet quite literally. It literally looks, I think that he had a stroke. I don't believe that this is even just, he's just sick, he's old, he's cognitively declined. No, I think that something else is terribly, terribly wrong. And I think there's a reason why the Dem Party leadership is coming out and smashing him in the ass right now. I think that they know, behind the scenes, that something else happened recently, medically speaking, with Joe Biden. And it ain't even just cognitive decline at this point. He looked like a zombie. He's canceling events. He's not going out in the sun, so to speak. He's not making appearances. He's not making speeches or anything like that. All of the bravado is gone. Every last ounce of energy that he could muster has been completely expended at this point. Now Barack Obama himself, he's the king liberal. He's the king of the Democratic Party. His word is fucking law. Former president, one of the youngest presidents ever elected, first black president, all of these other platitudes, Nobel Prize recipient. Didn't do a great job, but did better than Joe is doing. Even he is saying, reevaluate your chances, Joe. I like you. You're my friend. We're besties forever. We eat pizza together and other things probably too. But you need to reevaluate, whether you're capable of running. I'm worried for you, old boy. I'm worried for you, my friend. Maybe it's time to retire. Go out to pasture. Spend some time, biking or something. He's probably not capable of that at this point either. I haven't seen any videos of that lately. Spend some time puttering, Pull a Ronald Reagan. The Secret Service detail will throw leaves in the pool and you can clean them up repeatedly because you forget that you already cleaned them. Literally a true story, by the way. This is damning. If you've lost Obama and Pelosi, You no longer, you might have Chuck Schumer, and we're not even clear about that. Hakeem Jeffries is throwing him under the bus. Fucking Adam Schiff is throwing him under the bus. They're clearly trying to force him out of the race. We might get news this weekend that that's actually going to happen. Hell, we could get news this fucking evening that that's going to happen. Biden at any given point in time over the coming weeks, could come out on live TV and say, well, I'm not running. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. I can't make the cut. This is, by the way, political suicide for the Democratic Party. You're going to alienate so many voters. It's so obvious what's happening. Independent voters know that Joe Biden was demented. They saw his performance at the debate, and now you're attempting to cover for your ass. That's the long and short of it. You're trying to ass cover, and you want to throw Biden under the bus in order to try to do it more successfully. I don't think it works, though, in the end, dude. There's a 99% chance, well, 99.9% chance if this story is true. It's being reported by even the legacy lamestream media, so they normally circle wagons for Creepy Joe, and you're toast. You've lost. The down ballot damage, by the way, will probably be considerable. That's about all. Peace out.